In the headlines, Presidential Election Tribunal hears Atiku's petition against Tinubu. House of Representatives opposition inaugurates 11-man committee to shop for Speaker, Deputy candidates. Bandits release 3 of the remaining kidnapped 7 girls of the Federal Government College, Birnin Yawuri. And on the foreign scene, Israel strikes Gaza, killing 13 people, including 4 children. Hello and welcome to the news update on Trust TV. I am Ayuba Ilya. Thanks for joining. Beginning with electoral matters, President-elect Bola Tinubu has asked the Presidential Election Tribunal to dismiss petition of Allied People's Movement challenging his victory from the February 25 presidential election. At the pre-hearing session, the Allied People's Movement informed the court that they have filed a pre-hearing information sheet TF-008 and had adopted their submissions. Counsel to the President-elect, Akin Olujimi, told the tribunal that their response contains a prayer seeking the tribunal to dismiss the petition. Chairman of the panel, Justice Haruna Tsammani, who adjourned the petition on Tuesday, asked parties to draw out the issues for determination. He also ordered that parties should consider the documents they are objecting to and the ones that they are not. The respondents, Independent National Electoral Commission, All Progressives Congress, and the President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his Vice President, Senator Kashim Shettima, as well as Kabiru Masari, told the court that they have filed their various answers to the questions in the petition. The tribunal adjourned pre-hearing in the petition till 11th May. Members-elect from opposition parties in the House of Representatives under the aegis of the minority caucuses have constituted an 11-member committee to shop for candidates for the Speaker and Deputy in the incoming 10th National Assembly. The committee was inaugurated in Abuja following the resolution as contained in a communique last week on the decision of the minority caucuses, christened Greater Majority, to field their candidates. The Greater Majority, in the text of a press briefing jointly signed and addressed by the group's spokespersons, Afam Victor Ogene, Dachung Bagos, and Gaza Jonathan, in Abuja on Monday. They stated that they have announced to Nigerian people on Tuesday, May 2nd, 2023, their decision to field candidates for offices of the Speaker and Deputy Speaker from among their ranks. The 11-man committee is headed by Nicholas Mutu of the PDP as chairman, with Abdul Mumini Jibrin, NNPP Kano, as deputy chairman. Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has rejected a request by the Nigerian Communications Commission for 700 billion naira to provide access to 27 million Nigerians who do not have access to telecommunication coverage. The ad hoc committee of the House investigating the NCC's failure to provide telecommunications coverage and utilization of the Universal Service Provision Fund rejected the request on Monday, when the executive vice chairman of the commission, Omar Garba Dambata, and his team appeared before it. The committee, chaired by Bamidele Salam, also demanded details of over 2 billion naira project under the USPF, including an e-library project carried out by the NCC. The committee observed that in many instances there was no specific description of what was done in the contracts, adding that 80% of the project had no specific locations. It directed the NCC to provide specific addresses, project description, and specifications of each of the contracts awarded and listed in the 91-page document. Earlier, Ambata had told the committee that the NCC carried out a study through a consultant in 2013, which identified 207 clusters of access gaps of 37 million Nigerians. Now, it is about 2 months after the Central Bank of Nigeria directed commercial banks to issue the old Naira notes to Nigerians after the Supreme Court judgment directing the CBN to that effect. With the execution of both the court and the CBN orders, cash in circulation has increased and queues in banks and POS have drastically reduced. In Gombe State, point-of-sale operators say that they are experiencing low patronage as customers have resorted to mobile banking and cash withdrawal in bank branches. Trust TV's Ibrahim Ismail reports.
This is one of the most patronized point-of-sale tents located along the Gombe-Bauchi Road in Gombe State capital. During the transition from the old to new Naira notes, Joy Nukan attended to more than 150 customers daily. But as the banknotes become more available, patronage has drastically reduced.
They want to withdraw 10,000, maybe the 10,000 is 100 Naira or 200. They prefer to go to bank and withdraw there, you understand? They prefer to carry machine from here to bank and withdraw, you understand? For them to come and pay that charge to us, it's better for them to carry machine and waste their money to go and withdraw from the bank.
Coming back slowly, so now it's going about after the cashless policy, like a lot of customers, but not anymore, it's coming low.
While POS operators complain of low patronage, some Nigerians speak on their preferred methods of transaction.
I was on the POS joint to collect money, and I've already been adapted to it due to that cashless policy. Nowadays, I don't feel like going to ATM or bank to go and collect my money because I know sometimes it's waste of time to transfer myself to bank or to ATM to join the queue. I used to feel it's just waste of time. For me to join those queues is rather for me to come to POS people to collect my money in this short of time and move on with my daily activities.
I am afraid Nigerians will face another difficulties if the new notes are not available. I am advising the incoming president to remember the hardship faced by Nigerians and address the problem. On the flip side, others complain of scarcity of the new Naira notes, raising fears that if appropriate authorities fail to make the new banknotes available before the end of the year, Nigerians will be forced to further financial difficulties that is akin to or worse than when the old notes cease to be legal tender.
There is new Naira notes, but it mixed with the old one actually. Yes, and the old Naira note is more than the new Naira note.
It could be recalled that the Supreme Court had ruled that the old Naira notes will continue to be legal tender until the 31st December 2023, but it is not clear if the incoming administration of the President-elect Bola Tinubu may have a different policy on the matter. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Gombe.
3 of the remaining 7 girls of the Federal Government College Birnin Yawuri, Kebbi State, being held by bandits have been released. Those released are Elizabeth Ogechi Nwafo, Esther Sunday, and Alia Abubakar. Chairman of the Parents of the Abducted Schoolgirls Forum, Salim Kaoje, who confirmed the development, said that 3 girls were released to them on Sunday evening by their abductors, but they arrived Kebbi on Monday afternoon. It will be recalled that 96 of the Federal Government College Birnin Yawuri were abducted by bandits when the school was attacked on 17th of June 2021, barely 2 years now. 4 out of the 11 girls are still being held by the bandits. At least 40 worshippers of Bege Baptist Church in Chikun local government area of Kaduna State have been abducted by terrorists during church service on Sunday morning. The chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Kaduna State, Reverend John Joseph Hayab, who confirmed the abduction on Monday, said 15 of the victims have escaped, while 25 are still in the hands of the terrorists. Hayab said that the worshippers were participating in the regular Sunday service when the attackers began shooting sporadically and whisking away 40 worshippers in the process. The CAN chairman said that efforts are being made to get in contact with the abductors concerning the remaining people and prayed that the abductors will be merciful to release the remaining 25 back to their families. Kaduna State Government and the State Police Command are yet to issue any official statement on the incident. Now, with barely 3 weeks to the end of President Muhammadu Buhari's tenure, stakeholders within the Niger Delta region have urged the president to issue the 18 modular refinery licenses already approved for Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Cross River, Edo, and River States before leaving office on May 29. This, they believe, is a way of mitigating organized crimes in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea. The report.
The stakeholders charged the federal government to reach out to its counterparts in the Gulf of Guinea and immediately establish a task force against organized crime in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea. Executive Director of YEAC Nigeria, Fineface Dumnamene, urged the federal government to make real all its promises to the youth and people of the Niger Delta in order to help mitigate organized crimes in the Gulf of Guinea. Fineface said instead of pipeline surveillance contracts, the government should provide alternative livelihood opportunities for those displaced by the war against artisanal refining, regretting that organized crime thrives since security agencies who are supposed to stop it are involved.
So I think the government should adopt and include the carrot approach, which is alternative livelihood opportunities for the youths that have been, thrown out of their operations by the stick approach. That they have to do by providing the modular refinery licenses, establishing the Presidential Artisanal Crude Oil Refinery Development Initiative that legalizes artisanal refineries. We are also calling on the federal government of Nigeria to synergize with other member states of the Gulf of Guinea Commission, and they should coordinate efforts that they can use to mitigate organized crime in the Niger Delta.
Fineface also highlights the objective of the Network Task Force Against Organized Crime in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea. Delivering the keynote address, the head Department of Political and Administrative Studies, University of Port Harcourt, Professor Fidelis Allen, said there was urgent need for the government to commit itself to combating organized crime due to its scale, transitional nature, low resilience of country, vulnerability of innocent people, and the impact it has on the general security and development.
The launch of a network on organized crime in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea illustrates the importance of expert views and civil society generally in policy making.
Our traditional approach to crime and crime fighting should change. We only see the oil theft in jerrycan. We don't see the one in ship. Why can't we see that one?
With the implementation of this, I believe it will really go a very long way to see that this issue of organized crime is brought to the barest minimum.
The stakeholders called on the Gulf of Guinea Commission to strengthen its efforts in the coordinating of member states and synergizing with non-state actors, especially under the auspices of Network on Organized Crime in Nigeria and the Gulf of Guinea in the fight against organized crime in the region.
Traders in Maiadua International Market in Katsina State are concerned about the state of the market despite the internally generated revenue collected by the local government authorities from traders. The market has been in existence for decades, but traders complain that it cannot measure up to its international designation because most of the traders and their wares are situated in the open field. They are therefore calling on the Katsina State government to improve the infrastructure of the market so that it can meet up with global standards. Gaza Yakubu reports.
The number of traders that patronize Maiadua International Market in Katsina State is colossal. By implication, the internally generated revenue collected from traders, which has existed for as long as the market was established, is equally huge. Unfortunately, merchants cannot see a commensurable development of the market in terms of infrastructure.
We are not convinced the way the resources is being managed. You can even say the resources are being personalized. They are not managed effectively the way they're supposed to be managed. My suggestion to the government, state or federal government, supposed to have intervened.
As an international market serving as an exchange point in the northwest, Maiadua is sharing a border with the Republic of Niger. It is therefore patronized by traders from neighboring countries who come with diverse items of trade. It is sad that all these activities are carried out in an open environment which is uncomfortable.
I'm the
head of this market, but I'm not happy with the condition of this market because there's not even a room to stay despite the scorching sun. I'm appealing to government to come to our aid. The government should help us in this market, especially during the rainy season. Everywhere is always muddy. We want government to do the needful to make the market more comfortable. We always pay our revenue, and that's the reason why government should come to our aid.
What do the authorities have to say over this development? The revenue officer in Meadua International Market is reluctant to make a comment on the subject matter, but has referred us to his superior officers at the local government level. However, a tax collector argues that some traders are not complying with the law.
The revenue they give is affordable instead of the people to pay the 200 naira. Most of them are not complying. If we give them the receipt of the payment, they don't pay.
The capacity of the local government to generate revenue internally is a very crucial consideration for its creation. It has been established that Meadua Local Government Council in Katsina State is generating revenue to justify its existence, largely through its market. However, little is being done to improve the standard of these very important golden goose. Gaza Yakubu, Trust Television News, Katsina.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly, we'll take a look at signing autographs on graduation day. Details and more after the break. Now, as part of efforts to support Africa's goal of strengthening...
Now, looking at the activity chart, as you can see right here, a total volume of 130...
Treated a Boko Haram crisis that at that time was restricted to Yobe.
How secure are they? You can see security men with blood.
This is the road leading up to the...
Already, if you look at English squad, you are looking at EPL, you are looking at their names. You are not looking at...
Welcome back. This is the news update on Trust TV, and here's a look at the top stories again. Presidential Election Tribunal hears Atiku's petition against Tinubu. And House of Representatives opposition inaugurates 11-man committee to shop for Speaker deputy candidates. The Adamawa State government has lifted the earlier suspension of the activities of non-governmental organizations in the state, which was imposed during the recent election period. This was contained in a statement by the press secretary to the governor, Humwashi Wonosiko, on Monday. According to the statement, the governor, while lifting the ban, appreciated the cooperation of the NGOs, which he said contributed to the successful conduct of the elections. He urged them to go about their humanitarian activities according to the rules of engagement in order to deliver on their mandate. The World Food Programme says that over 700,000 children out of 2 million are acutely malnourished in the northeast region of Nigeria. The World Food Programme country director disclosed this during an official visit of the French ambassador Emmanuela Bladman to Muna IDP camp clinic for severely malnourished children in the northeast. She said that the French government will spend 6 million euros to address food insecurity in Nigeria, adding that it has already released half of the budgeted funds to WFP.
Food security is really an important issue for us, for France, and within our humanitarian assistance throughout the world. Food security is really one of the biggest components. Just to tell you, last year in 2022, France really actually reached for the first time 500 million euros of humanitarian assistance worldwide. Last year it was a kind of goal that President Macron had fixed to us, and we reached it. But out of this, 150 million euro goes to food security.
Well, France is part of the overall humanitarian response plan that we have in the region. Within that response plan, there's 4.4 million people in the Northeast who need food assistance. Of that amount, World Food Program is going to be supporting 2.1 million people during the lean season scale up. So we're now busy scaling up, and that will get into full swing by 1st of June. So we'll be at or near the 2.1 million, prioritizing also nutrition, malnutrition, mothers and children. So France is one of our core, most important and generous donors for the entire operation. But the biggest challenge, bar none, is why we're here, and that is the conflict. The conflict is a challenge. That's why these people are here today. They're due to a conflict. They would like to be back in their farms. They would like to be producing. It's not safe.
Now, it has become a tradition for students of higher institutions to sign their signatures on the clothes of their fellow students when they take their last semester examinations. This signing of a person's signature, or a short sentence, or in some cases a phrase on a fellow student, more often than not, white top is to tell all that they have concluded academic activities in their school. Now, their rather emerging ritual attracted the attention of our Benue reporter, Jimmy Azande, who sought to find out its meaning and significance. Take a look.
Monday is the last day for many students at the Benue State University, Makurdi. The atmosphere is that of fanfare to those that have endured longer years in various courses. However, the unique aspect of the celebration is the autographs on the white tops of both ladies and gentlemen. Is there any meaning to this emerging tradition?
Indeed, a marvelous and joyful day. I'm very happy. And this sign up of a thing is so significant to me and to every graduate, because having spent like 6 years in the university, the sign out give us joy.
Just a mark to show that you have achieved or you are moving forward for how long you have stayed on campus. It's just a normal thing we do. It's just a special thing to meet the students.
Watching most graduates do it, and I love it very much. And today, I'm signing out. So I got the shirt, I signed on it. Many of my friends who came around signed on it.
Once it's something you do once in a lifetime, because you cannot come back and do it again. So it feels good, just because we've seen other graduates and other seniors do it, so we do it.
The graduates said the apparatus will be kept for future references on their university days.
Because of this t-shirt, it's for us to keep it for memory's sake, so that we can be able to show our children in the nearest future as a symbol of our strength and passion.
Very shades. I'm going to keep it. I'll keep it in my archives for my children. I will show them, and in fact, I will make sure that the shirt did not spoil. In fact, I'm very happy
keeping the shirt for a better purpose. At least I will be anytime I want to remember the stress I've been through in university, I'll take a look at the shirt and check on it. So this signing up, it shows the happiness and the joy which we have gotten from it, and the stress we have been through.
Although it is just the last day of examinations, it always comes with joy, as the rigors of daily school attendance and reading for examinations have come to an end.
Now, on the foreign scene, 12 people have been killed in Israeli air raids on the Gaza Strip in what Israel's military said was the targeting of members of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement. The Ministry of Health declared that 12 people were killed in the Gaza Strip and at least 20 others were injured in the Israeli air attacks. The 20 injured people were also civilians. Explosions targeting residential apartments were heard about 2 a.m. local time on Tuesday in different parts of Gaza. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement announced that 3 of its leaders were killed in the air attacks. The Israeli army said that the air attacks, codenamed Operation Shield and Arrow, targeted 3 Palestinian Islamic Jihad members who it claimed were responsible for recent rockets fired towards Israel. Now, in sports news, Nigeria's second-ranked table tennis star Edem Effiong is delighted after she entered the history books as the first Nigerian to win the European Cup Women's Table Tennis title. Edem Effiong, currently ranked 142nd in the world, helped her Italian Kataro Mori Cagliari record the famous victory over Hungary's ITB Budaörsi Sport Club in the final over 2 legs in the Budapest. The Italian team emerged victorious in both legs with a 3-2 win in the first match and a 3-0 win in the second match. Effiong recovered from an opening set defeat to beat Maria Fazekas 3-1 in the second leg after she had trashed the Hungarian 3-0 in the first leg. And that's it for the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ila. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.